An ominous new study on the chances of a major earthquake in California as relief efforts in Japan bring more and more complaints. Speaker Gingrich back to his old form today, scorching his critics in a speech to the Republican faithful. And as the Simpson trial prepares to open, the new era, high-tech justice. We'll show you what to expect.
From NBC News, this is NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.
Good evening. As the number of dead in that devastating Japanese earthquake moves steadily toward 5,000 tonight, Californians today were given some sobering news of their own. A prominent earthquake study center released a report on the probability of a major earthquake striking Southern California in the next 30 years. As NBC's Robert Hager tells us tonight, the more we know, the greater the opportunity for preparation. That's how it should work.
Using new studies of the 1989 earthquake in San Francisco, of last year's quake in Los Angeles, and the latest geological and satellite measurements, experts from the highly regarded Southern California Earthquake Center today issued the broadest look yet at the probability of big quake damage in vulnerable Southern California. The group's previous studies had projected up to a 60% chance of a magnitude 7 or larger quake in the next 30 years. But it looked only at the area affected by the well-known San Andreas Fault and the smaller San Jacinto Fault. Today's study up to 86% the chance of a magnitude 7 quake and looked at all of Southern California. Over the next 30 years, it rated chances of significant quake damage at 80% in the Parkfield area, 60% in more populated Santa Barbara, Palmdale, and San Bernardino, 50% or higher for the entire area north of Los Angeles, 30% over a huge area from Bakersfield to the edge of Los Angeles and south, and 10% or higher for the rest of Southern California.
We certainly don't mean to scare people. We don't think people should be scared, but they should be aware that earthquakes are a fact of life.
And the Earthquake Center suggested the area needs to prepare. Robert Hager, NBC News, Washington.
And in Japan, where the death toll now has passed 4,500 with more than 600 still missing, the question is, how many of those would be alive if the rescue efforts had been better organized? Two reports tonight, beginning with NBC's Lucky Severson in Tokyo.
Today, as workers searched for survivors in Kobe and found only 10, the government faced a barrage of criticism about the bungled rescue operation. To begin, the first 2,300 troops arrived several hours late because they were preparing emergency food rations for themselves. The government finally sent in 130,000 additional soldiers only last night, 60 hours after the quake. It was 24 hours before helicopters were even authorized to bring in critical food and water supplies. Meanwhile, survivors suffered without, in freezing temperatures for almost 24 hours, and Japan continued to resist offers of aid from 30 countries. But they only requested U.S. blankets, 52,000, and search dogs from Switzerland who have uncovered 13 bodies. The most serious charge is that people have not only gone hungry, they've died needlessly. Wildfires caught many victims trapped in crumbled homes. Firefighters quickly ran out of water, and because there were so few rescue workers, some people who might have been saved burned to death.
I saw vast acres of rubble totally untouched. Nobody in there, nobody doing anything. Of course, what happened was a fire. Cremated, alive. Dreadful.
Today, for the first time in history, Parliament prayed for victims, and the Prime Minister was told his government should feel great remorse for being so unprepared. Lucky Severson, NBC News, Tokyo.
This is Richard Roth in Kobe. Amid the listing buildings and the smoking rubble, today there were signs self-reliance is paying off. Just off the Street of Flowers, where the clock stopped when the earthquake hit, charity has begun to blossom. There's food, and it's not from the government. Volunteers set up this street kitchen. Take what you like, the girl was told. Thanks, she said, I have more than plenty. A polite lie, perhaps, in a city where luxury is a shiny sedan big enough for a family of 4 to sleep in. But the fact is, ordinary people are helping where government aid is missing. This kindergarten became a refugee shelter just because the head teacher decided to act on her own. She made some calls and aid arrived, from food to underwear. We're not officially designated, so the government's not delivered anything, she said. But right now, we have enough. There's also no shortage of surprises. In this hard-hit part of Kobe, no one's complained of any looting, and price gouging's not a problem either. A flashlight here cost about $12 before the quake. Today, with electricity out, the price was about $12. Raising it, the saleswoman said, would be a disgrace. The fruit vendor agreed. My customers are my neighbors, he explained, and all of us are victims. They're victims facing immense problems. Just getting around is a nightmare. Authorities are only starting to survey all the damage. There aren't enough toilets or water or housing, and there's worry cramped living and cold weather will spawn disease. A flu epidemic's considered inevitable. In an instant, life here changed from high-tech to heavy burden. People are learning to cope, but it's a hard lesson. Richard Roth, NBC News, Kobe.
When NBC Nightly News continues on Capitol Hill, Newt Gingrich is mad as hell. Stress getting to you? Relax. We may have some answers tonight. And your horoscope's new look. The signs, they are changing.
When it comes to great resorts, nothing beats a Carnival cruise. All your daytime fun, all your nighttime shows and entertainment, and all your foods included too in one low price. Reach, what are you doing here?
You have to ask?
I think I do have to ask.
I mean,
yes.
after all these years of them, could see me now.
It must be working, huh?
It's working on me.
Take a 3, 4, or 7-day vacation on Carnival, the most popular cruise line in the world.
All right, Kathy, it's all fun. Shit.
Look, a MasterCard won't make you different or unique, okay? Actually, maybe it will. I mean, millions of people use MasterCard, but yours is meant for you and you alone. So if someone steals it, instead of worrying about people running around pretending to be you, call right away and cancel it. Because, after all, there's only one you. What's more, even if somebody does manage to charge stuff to you, you won't pay a cent. And we may even be able to get you a new card the next day. But just for you. Now, how's that for a useful card? MasterCard, it's more than a credit card, it's smart money.
When I got rid of my gray hair, I wanted a really natural look. So I didn't take any chances. I used the sure thing for a natural look, called Just for Men.
Simply apply Just for Men, and in 5 minutes, rinse. It's specially timed to blend away the gray. Bring back the look of your own natural color as it conditions your hair.
With 5-minute Just for Men, this natural look is a sure thing.
5-minute Just for Men, the sure thing for a natural look.
The new Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, does not believe in turning the other cheek, and that was never more clear than today when he spoke to the Republican National Committee. He's been battered by questions about his book deal with a company owned by Rupert Murdoch, while Murdoch was trying to get some help for his communications empire. Tonight, NBC's Lisa Myers on the Gingrich counterattack.
2 weeks after vows of statesmanship and bipartisanship, Speaker Gingrich today reverted to partisan flamethrower. For 4 Republican faithful, he blistered Democrats and the press, branding them enemies of change.
I am a genuine revolutionary. They are the genuine reactionaries. We are going to change their world. They will do anything to stop us. They will use any tool. There is no grotesquerie, no distortion, no dishonesty too great for them to come after us.
Though Republican Chairman Haley Barbour asked Gingrich not to talk about his controversial book deal, the Speaker did anyway, lashing out at critics and taking a shot at the First Lady in the process.
I know there are important Democrats in this city who would have automatically turned down $4.5 million. They'd have said, I can make too much money at cattle futures.
In the late 70s, Hillary Clinton made a killing in cattle futures, turning $1,000 into a $100,000 profit. Gingrich warned Republicans their November victory was only temporary and must be reinforced by delivering on their contract with America. He said he was wrong to believe Democrats might cooperate.
They decided this was an accidental mistake, that their job is to bitterly, ferociously raise the pain level of any progress we try to make.
With divisions already appearing within the party on budget cuts, the Speaker seemed sobered by the task ahead.
This is going to be back-breaking, gut-busting, unbelievably hard work.
Though Gingrich has turned himself into one of the most powerful speakers in modern times, some things are beyond his control. Late today, House leaders of both parties appointed an ethics committee to investigate allegations against him. Lisa Myers, NBC News, the Capitol.
For his part, President Clinton today marked his 2nd anniversary as president by doing something that he's had to do often, scramble to save an important initiative. At the White House tonight, NBC's Brian Williams.
How are we doing? Okay? The president allowed his Saturday radio address to be seen and heard today so he could get his message out on Mexico because his aid package for Mexico is suddenly in big trouble.
I want to be clear about this. This support package is not foreign aid. It's not a gift. It's not a bailout. It's not a government loan.
If a vote were held today, the $40 billion package of loan guarantees might be defeated. As it is, a vote could be weeks away.
We have a genuine crisis, but the president does not have a genuine solution.
The leadership in Congress supports the package. It's the members of Congress who need to be convinced that the deal won't end up costing the U.S. House Speaker Gingrich said today that Democrats need to organize and get out the vote. The president sent his chief of staff to the Capitol to work on that, while defenders of the package came by the White House to speak for it.
The crisis in Mexico today maybe is 2 or 3 on the economic Richter scale. I think if action isn't taken, it could be a 7 or 8.
The White House picked up an endorsement from the man Bill Clinton defeated. They released this statement volunteered by George Bush, urging Congress to pass the package now. No one here is predicting they have enough votes to pass it, and White House aides admit privately they didn't see this kind of opposition coming. While it's not insurmountable, they've now staked a lot on this issue and can't afford to lose it. Brian Williams, NBC News, the White House.
Wall Street today, the Dow dropped almost 13 points in very heavy trading. The NASDAQ was down 6.5 points. For the week, both exchanges were off. The Simpson trial, justice goes high-tech. How? We'll have some answers when NBC Nightly News continues.
By the end of the week, 7 more lives will be saved. By the end of the day, 16 people who couldn't walk will. By the end of the hour, these special filters will help make 25,000 more gallons of water ready for drinking. And by the end of this message, 1 more premature baby will be protected. All of which is made possible with the help of a material we call plastic.
Have you tried multigrain Cheerios?
Multigrain? I wouldn't like it. I'll tell you why. First, it's healthy. It can't be good. This is good. Second, probably tastes like cardboard.
Crispy. Nice and light. Crunchy.
Third, it's too bulky.
3, 4.
4 different kinds of oats, toasted with a touch of
Brown sugar. These are delicious.
too much of that whole grain, new age sort of stuff. Know what I mean?
Once you try it, you can't deny it.
I like it. I'll tell you why. First,
Look, it's a gold card. Sure, no card on the planet is more useful, but it can't grant you inner peace. Well, I don't know. I mean, you could use it to go someplace where your only action would be one of non-action, which is pretty peaceful. And if you let Master Guest arrange your vacation, you'd save 20 to 40%, plus another $100 if you book by April 30th. And saving money might be the path of true wisdom. So I guess Gold MasterCard could help you see the light. Just remember to wear your sunscreen. Gold MasterCard, it's more than a gold card, it's smart money. Look for your Gold MasterCard application and apply.
It was almost 8 months ago that Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman were murdered. This Monday in Los Angeles, finally opening statements in the trial of O.J. Simpson. Today, Judge Ito ruled on evidence that each side may include in those opening statements. The setting for the trial is Judge Ito's courtroom, of course. It's state-of-the-art high-tech. How high-tech? NBC's Kelly O'Donnell tonight from Los Angeles.
The trial of the century in a courtroom of the future.
The camera is going to be out to about here.
Technology has arrived for the People versus O.J. Simpson. Pictures broadcast to the world come from this remote-controlled camera, and images shown to the jury will be seen on this 84-inch screen.
As you can see on the screen, they can now get a front row seat to all the evidence.
Judge Ito's room is now the most sophisticated computerized court in the nation, modeled after a system tested in the courtroom next door.
I have just circled a date and time. See where I circled?
It would appear to me that every time something comes up on that monitor that everybody's attention is just riveted.
An electronic trial is different. Jurors actually see and study evidence on a big screen while a witness is testifying. Lawyers lead them through complex evidence by highlighting and enlarging details. Here, court reporters' notes are instantly translated from old-style symbols to computerized text. Video and computer animation can take them to a crime scene like this, a recreation based on what either the defense or prosecution is trying to prove.
We don't try to compete with Hollywood or a movie.
Images like these are not facts, only interpretations. Critics say they could sway a jury, but in the Simpson case, consultants will monitor fairness. The equipment installed in Judge Ito's courtroom is worth about $200,000, but Simpson isn't paying for it, and neither are taxpayers. It's free, donated by companies hoping for future business.
How would you cope if you were trying the O.J. Simpson case?
Future lawyers are already being trained in the first electronic classroom at this Virginia law school. And in the real world, trial technology will guide what Simpson jurors see and help them understand the evidence before they reach a verdict. Kelly O'Donnell, NBC News, Los Angeles.
And those of us covering this trial will have some high-tech assistance as well. I'm joined now by NBC News Chief Legal Correspondent Jack Ford. Jack, are we going to have to deal with some fundamental issues in this trial about who was where and when on that fateful night?
Tom, we will. As you know, trial lawyers have to be storytellers, and one of the elements of this case they're going to focus on is who was where and when. What NBC News is going to try to do to help our viewers understand that is show them a virtual reality technology that Apple Computer has developed and we're going to be using during the course of our trial coverage. Let me take a look at some of what we're going to be doing here. As we look, we are now showing the front area of Nicole Brown Simpson's condominium. And it's right in this area where her body was found. But we'll also be able to take our viewers around, turn them around, if you would, and show them the sidewalk where the people heard the dog barking and ultimately found the bodies. We can bring them back then and walk them through the alleyway. Now, this is the area where police say the killer escaped, heading through the alleyway along Nicole Brown Simpson's condominium, leaving drops of blood behind him, including on this gate right here, and ultimately escaping back out into this alleyway in the back.
Jack, as a lawyer, as you look at those pictures, what challenges come to mind for you if you were a member of the defense team?
Well, Tom, one of the major issues in this case for the defense is going to be the location of the bloody glove on O.J. Simpson's property. And again, we can take our viewers to that. We can start off with an upward view, if you would. And right now, as we close in and take a closer look, we're looking at the area of Cato Kalin's apartment that he used, and it was right back in here where the cursor is, where the police say the glove was found. Now, what they're going to be able to do as they're looking at that is take our viewers here, which is the side gate on O.J. Simpson's property, walk them over here, show them where his Bronco was parked, take them again to where police theorized he came back in through his property and dropped that glove, and ultimately take them to the gate, where, according to the limo driver, he's seen going in the front door. So you can see it's going to give our viewers an opportunity to better understand everything that's taking place in the courtroom.
Thanks, Jack. We'll see you with all of that, of course, on Monday as the O.J. Simpson trial begins. We want to tell you that we will have live coverage beginning at 9 Los Angeles time. That would be noon Eastern time Monday. When we come back here, cashing in on stressing out when NBC Nightly News continues.
Ed, sink's backing up.
Get on the Lysol.
Lysol doesn't unclog drains.
It does now.
Introducing professional strength Lysol Drain Opener. It sends more power through standing water than other liquids. It clears even tough, smelly clogs.
It got out the clog.
You did well.
Get out the Lysol that gets out the clog. New Lysol Drain Opener.
You used to have to drag a shampooer home to clean high-traffic areas and do the whole carpet with all the hassle, the wetness, the waiting. Today, there's Resolve high-traffic carpet cleaning granules. Just shake on, brush in. Sponge-like granules absorb the dirt. Later, vacuum clean. Resolve high-traffic carpet cleaner.
These hands can do anything, including spread germs. Washing them often is good, but it doesn't go far enough. Lysol spray with antibacterial action kills germs on surfaces, so you don't pick them up with your hands, and that helps reduce the spread of colds and infectious diarrhea. Lysol disinfectant spray. Keep your hands off germs.
Never had things exactly my way. My childhood, my parents planned that. Then came the kids and the house. Retirement? I'll call it freedom. To be that kid that still wants to play. But I have to make sure the money will last.
Take control of your future. A plan from Merrill Lynch can show you how. And a Merrill Lynch financial consultant has more ways to make the plan work for you than anyone else. The difference is planning. The difference is Merrill Lynch.
When I was a kid, Mom was always after me to eat right.
And that's what mothers do.
Now I'm looking out for her with Ensure. More than a vitamin supplement, Ensure is a delicious drink with all the nutrients adults need to help stay healthy, active, be energetic.
drink Ensure a meal, or in between.
You know, dear, Ensure is even recommended #1 by doctors as a source of complete, balanced nutrition. Ensure. To your health, Mom.
Our health, dear.
Billy made headlines. He's desperately sick. So why did he run away from one of the only things that can save his life? Hear his emotional story, a Dateline exclusive tonight.
On America Close Up tonight, the subject is stress. It turns out that all those pressures of daily living in this country are adding up to a gold mine for all kinds of entrepreneurs. They're cashing in on our need to unwind, but in the process, are they really doing us any good? Here's NBC's Betty Rowan.
David Hahn's stress begins in his car, follows him into the not exactly tranquil city of New York, and peaks midday in his office. Twice a week, he buys a little relief. The Great American Back Rub, which offers quickie massages for $10 and up, is one of many new businesses serving the super stressed.
This is better than crawling under my desk for a nap.
It beats drinking.
Music to the owner's ears.
The business of stress is probably the greatest business for the 90s.
Breathing in, pulling up,
And it is a business that takes many forms.
and visualize a 1,000-petaled white flower.
4 million Americans now practice yoga, twice as many as in 1991.
People are looking for a way to step out of the rat race, to calm down and find a center.
Jane Fonda's yoga tape was the third best-selling fitness video last
Bend
year,
your knees and
even surpassing the hugely successful tape Buns of Steel.
You're going to get 4 50-minute spa treatments from your choice.
And the travel agents here have noticed a similar trend in what people want from spas, not just weight reduction.
Since the early 90s, we've seen a big shift that people want to go to spas primarily to lose their stress, to relax.
At this Texas spa, there's a daily slowdown with Tai Chi, acupressure, foot massage. In New York, Lauren Tavel spends $60 a week for a foot massage, while in the next room, her husband Andy goes for the whole body.
On particularly terrible weeks, I'll get an hour of deep tissue massage followed by an hour of shiatsu.
About 60,000 people now do this kind of work, earning anywhere from $30 to $100 an hour. Cosmetic companies are beginning to tap into the stress market, too. Origins, a division of Estee Lauder, offers relief in a bottle. Stress gadgets are very big. These $10 stress balls are filled with rice and birdseed.
One of each color.
Does anyone really buy this stuff? They not only buy it, they use it. Sales of personal massagers rose 10% last year, turning it into a $40 million industry.
According to the American Medical Association, more than half of all visits to physicians are for stress-related complaints, and stress-relieving drugs far outsell any others, earning more than $5 billion a year.
The stress relief